Hello and welcome back to the Martial Arts Dome, your #1 martial arts movie channel. In today's video, we are talking about a martial arts movie that tells the story of a martial arts hero who trained a fighter we all know. Please be so kind and like this video and subscribe to our channel. It helps us to grow so we can reach more people with our content. Ip Man is a 2008 biographical martial arts film that depicts the life of Ip Man, a Chinese martial artist and master of Wing Chun. The film is set in the 1930s and 1940s in Foshan, China, and captures the challenges and successes of Ip Man during a turbulent period in Chinese history. Ip Man lives in the 1930s in the prosperous city of Foshan, known for its numerous kung fu schools. Despite his superior martial arts skills, especially in Wing Chun, Ip Man leads a modest life and is known for not having a personal school of students. Instead, he dedicates himself to his family, consisting of his wife Cheung and his son, Ip Chun. The townspeople respect and admire Ip Man, not only for his martial arts skills, but also for his humble and noble personality. Ip Man's house is often a gathering place for other martial artists who wish to spar with him. In a notable scene, a newly arrived master, Liu, challenges Ip Man to a friendly duel. Despite Liu's seriousness, Ip Man takes the fight lightly and defeats him effortlessly, without humiliating Liu. This scene not only showcases Ip Man's extraordinary skills, but also his ability to resolve conflicts without unnecessary violence. Ip Man's wife, Cheung is also a significant figure in his life. She supports him and takes care of their home, but is often worried about the constant challenges Ip Man faces. Their relationship is characterized by respect and love, but also by the tensions that Ip Man's engagement in martial arts brings. This domestic harmony is soon disrupted by the looming threat of war. In 1937, the Japanese invasion of China begins, and Foshan is quickly occupied by the invading forces. The previously thriving city falls into poverty and chaos. The Japanese occupation is brutal, and the people of Foshan suffer from extreme oppression and food shortages. Ip Man's family is also severely affected. Their wealth disappears, and they are forced to move into a small, dilapidated apartment. Ip Man, who was once a wealthy man, now has to work in a coal mine to support his family. This work is hard and dangerous, and Ip Man has to adapt to the new, difficult living conditions. Despite these hardships, he remains morally upright and never loses his dignity. He supports his fellow citizens as best he can, giving them hope in a hopeless time. During this difficult time, the solidarity among the Chinese in Foshan is severely tested. However, there are also moments of resistance and mutual support. Ip Man witnesses many injustices and sees how his fellow citizens are mistreated by the Japanese soldiers. These experiences strengthen his resolve to fight against the occupiers, even if it puts his own life in danger. The Japanese try to break the morale of the Chinese population by regularly organizing fights between Chinese and Japanese martial artists. General Miura, a Japanese karate master, uses these fights to demonstrate the superiority of Japanese martial arts. Chinese fighters who participate in these fights receive some food, which attracts many in their desperate situation. One of these fighters is Ip Man's friend Lin, who competes in one of the fights against a Japanese fighter. Lin is brutally beaten and killed, which deeply shakes Ip Man. This tragedy prompts Ip Man to intervene in the fights to defend the honor of his friends and his people. He participates in a fight and defeats several Japanese fighters impressively. His victories attract the attention of General Miura and the Japanese soldiers. Ip Man's participation in these fights quickly becomes a symbol of resistance. He shows that the Chinese are not defeated and that they remain proud and strong despite the oppression. Ip Man's stance and his relentless martial arts skills inspire his fellow citizens and give them new courage. He also shows the Japanese that the spirit of the Chinese cannot be broken. General Miura, impressed by Ip Man's skills and annoyed by his defiance, challenges Ip Man to a public duel. This duel is meant to demonstrate the superiority of Japanese martial arts and the power of the occupying force. Ip Man knows that this fight is not just a personal matter, but a symbolic act of resistance. He accepts the challenge, even though he knows the danger it poses to himself and his family. The duel takes place under strict surveillance and in front of a large crowd. Ip Man and General Miura face each other on an improvised platform, and the tension is palpable. The fight is intense and brutal, with both fighters giving their best. Ip Man uses his Wing Chun techniques with precision and skill, while General Miura relies on his karate abilities. After a long and hard-fought duel, Ip Man eventually defeats General Miura. This victory is not only a personal triumph, but a symbolic act of resistance against the Japanese occupation. The Chinese spectators cheer and feel inspired by Ip Man's courage and determination. The victory shows that Chinese culture and values cannot be extinguished by violence and oppression. After the fight, Ip Man is pursued by the Japanese. General Miura, humiliated by his defeat, orders Ip Man to be killed. With the help of his friends and supporters, Ip Man manages to escape. He is severely injured, but his friends manage to bring him to safety. Ip Man and his family eventually find refuge in Hong Kong, where they begin a new life. In Hong Kong, Ip Man opens a Wing Chun school and starts teaching his martial arts to a new generation of students. Among his students is the legendary Bruce Lee, who would later become one of the most famous martial artists in the world. The film ends with a reflection on Ip Man's life and his lasting legacy. Despite the many challenges he faced, he remained true to his principles and became a source of inspiration and pride for many. Ip Man not only showcases the physical strength of one man, but also the power of spirit and character that can give hope and courage even in the darkest times. So that's the story of Ip Man. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a comment and subscribe to our channel. See you next time. Thanks for watching.